Good morning, 47. We have a lead on the Shadow client. ICA White Hats have traced the anonymous data received by our clients to one Olivia Hall, brilliant young hacktivist and suspect in a dozen cases of cyber vandalism. Using onion routing with state-of-the-art encryption, Hall went to a lot of trouble to stay untraceable. She is good, but we are better. Her digital trail has led us to a remote farm in Colorado, where satellite footage has revealed what appears to be the training camp for a private militia, led by an already registered target, Sean Rose, Australian environmental terrorist and explosives expert, wanted for a series of public bombings. Rose was spotted near the scene of Thomas Cross's kidnapping, which makes him our prime suspect for the Shadow client. Spurred by Eric Soders, the ICA Board of Directors has asked us to infiltrate the farm and eliminate Sean Rose, along with 3 other prominent militia members. Ezra Berg, retired Mossad interrogator, Penelope Graves, former Interpol anti-terror analyst, and finally Maya Parvati, former assassin and gunrunner for the Tamil Tigers. I'll be honest with you, 47. I consider Eric Soda's reasoning hasty and ill-advised. Now, we cannot go against the wishes of the board, but we can conduct our own investigation. Whether a direct threat to the ICA or not, we need to know the Shadow client's true agenda. I will leave you to prepare. Welcome to Colorado, 47. The militia has taken up HQ at an old apricot farm and appear to be training for a series of coordinated strikes, ranging from cyber attacks to full-blown guerrilla warfare. The Shadow client appears to unite specialists and radicals from all over the map. Mercenaries and terrorists, hackers and spies joined by an unknown common cause. Satellite scan. Only Rose appears to have access, however, so to get inside, you will need to get creative. This environment is hostile and highly alert, so tread carefully. Good luck, 47.
Well, yeah, this is hostile area. Everybody, if they spot you and you are not who they think they are, meaning you are not disguised correctly, they're gonna start shooting at you real fast. You are not trespasser, you're an enemy that they're gonna start shooting at you right away. The guy's taking a piss over there, so let's just make the bells ring.
Is that an alarm? I mean, my kids listen to music that sounds like that. Command, I'm gonna have a look. Over.
It doesn't actually matter which one of these guys is it, because neither of them knows the other so well.
There.
It's silent, and so are you. And thankfully, despite being not so actually non-transparent in reality, was actually completely sufficient cover-up. So now I just walk inside, because that's the Agent 47's basic way of operating. And they've got cameras in here as well, but they aren't so bad. And there's also lots of different ways to cause accidents, disasters, death, destruction, mayhem, all kinds of unpleasantness for the 47 to unleash on this place. And there was a nice coin. Although I don't know for what purpose would 47 need coins.
Freak in the mask. What the hell are you talking about?
I was just at the security station watching the feeds. There's this creepy guy interrogating the hostage. Wears like a 3D printed mask.
Oh yeah, that must be Berg. Oh yeah, man, his interrogation techniques totally just...
Oh yeah, Mossadi interrogator wearing a creepy mask. Although as a opposite of that, he's wearing all kinds of, you could say,
Yeah, man, I've heard of him. Chemical interrogation expert. I guess it's his big shit.
so yeah. Mossadi interrogator with using drugs, and I'd say that that's actually in a sense not the fact that it would be a former Mossad interrogator, but the fact that using drugs as mean of you don't really manage. There really is no practical way to actually, for the truth serums They don't
That
actually
is
work
Sean
so
Rose,
well.
Terrorist turned insurgent.
Of course I could just go and shoot him dead right here and right now, but that would be very unprofessional. And and also self-lethal. So let's just keep going. That's an actually in a sense forbidden zone with explosives expert outfits. And there's a bit of extra knowledge about I don't need those. Lead pipe. It's just a battering it's just a tool of battering something. It's not actually a functional tool used for any kind of work. Well, except it being a pipe. Usually quite sturdy. But generally in fiction, lead pipes are usually just used to batter somebody's head in. Unless of course there are some sort of weird set. And in that case they usually are not made of lead, because lead is toxic. Hammer... Not so... well, it's one of the many melee weapons 47 can use. Usually to bash somebody's head in, because it counts as blunt. If it's blunt weapon like a hammer, it counts as non-lethal, even though getting hit to the head with a hammer is quite lethal. And if it's sharp like a screwdriver or scissors, it counts as lethal. Although it takes quite a lot of work to kill a man with scissors. That's not my own experience, but it certainly appears like that. All kinds of guns. And here are some explosives. But they are guarded by unpleasant fellows.
I have to say, it's a beautiful piece of work. A murderous death trap.
Well, you know, art comes in many guises. You mean it makes me laugh?
And here's a wrench. That's tool and handy. And some info about drug laboratory, mostly on the sense that they make all kinds of mess, and and Sean Rose has all kinds of mental problems, and he's accompanied by a guy with a gun, of course. Guy with a gun is the most important member of any organization ever.
That is Penelope Graves, acclaimed anti-terror analyst. Strange to see her as part of this crowd.
Well, because that's in a sense they are questionables. This organization, whatever it is, does not actually trust her so well. Well, of course, which is completely understandable. Steal the kablooies. Because I have quite impressive mission of making use of these opportunities. There's a chance to brew some extra powerful explosives to the specific person's use. I wonder, do I really need that explosive specialist outfit? Can I just mix it right away? Yes, I could.
Well done, 47. When Rose comes back, he's in for an explosive surprise.
Disguise was unnecessary in that mission. I just walked away and it's a trap. Soon there will be most likely quite big explosion. And Penelope Graves is just mostly wandering about. There is well, there are covered ways of getting her killed, but there ain't so many of them.
That is Maya Parvati, Sri Lankan assassin turned pirate turned insurgent.
I wonder, is she coming here? Of course, I could go and blow her head off as well. But that's not exactly the method 47 likes to use. And they of course have all kinds of cars, equipment, tools, weapons, all kinds of thingamajiggeries. And a brick, just for the sake of bashing somebody's skull in, or better say throwing at somebody's head. But apparently Parvati, former guerrilla warrior soldier, is training some sort of militia soldiers to do some sort of terrorist attack, or attack anyways.
I just feel like I could have made a difference.
Tough titty, said the kitty. Not even guards are coming through this way, sorry.
Alright. Because that is also one of the many... There's also one other opportunity to cause some mayhem and destruction over there. So let's just go and check it out. The Point Man.
Oh, you were at Jordan Cross's funeral, huh?
It was a thing of beauty. Whole team moving on clockwork.
Yeah, they were kinds of...
What's this I hear about a training accident?
You are trespassing on private property. That's right, I'm out of your league.
Cooperation.
I don't want to see you here again.
By a ram or something?
The team trains with a battering ram to simulate the attack.
There was an accident. 9 out of 10 accidents, yep. You never expect accidents to happen doing your regular things, even if it were dangerous. Sean Rose just went up in smoke. Became quite messy, most likely, if a large batch of pure nitroglycerin explodes on your face. It's most likely quite an impressive blast. But let's just put this on. And the point man is coming up. One of the point men is coming up to check.
Don't you dare mess up this fucking day more than it already is.
Oh shit.
Come on. I think we can do with the paramedics here.
Get moving, because you are the guy I was meant to grab.
Hey, you.
Couple of guys just beaten to a pulp, but they don't know what the hell just happened. Yeah, they know something weird's going on, but they might think it's just a fight by a couple of point men scuffles, and the other one stole the other's clothes.
Back in the day, it was a proud day. Hey, I'm sorry, mister. You can't just dump stuff around here, you know? Please take that with you.
Oh. Well, bit of a mistake, but not that much that 47 couldn't handle it, because they didn't even see what happened. There was a chance for a disaster, but disaster was averted. Well, now let's just... Okay, does Parvati come to the hand work with near the...
You know, back in the day with the tigers, if people weren't as lonely as you are right now, when I come home, there had better be some armor plating on that thing.
Okay, come on Parvati, come here, work with the car lift. But as I now am the point man, More disaster waiting to happen. So let's just not be here when it happens.
Looking good, man.
These guys, despite 47 being extremely striving to be extremely professional in his work, and he is, sometimes you just feel like you're doing petty things for no reason. Yeah, I'm taking up the... But there's Parvati.
Don't worry about it.
I do worry, see, because I'm not an idiot. Execution's one thing, escape is another. Gustavo Torres is not just some corporate suit. He's bloody Secretary of the Interior.
Well, it's a good thing we have the support of the locals.
What does that mean?
The Delgado cartel.
Delgados. We're in business with the worst crime cartel south of the border.
Politics make strange bedfellows. Anyway, you should be relieved.
Yeah? Why is that?
Nobody's better at making people disappear than the Delgados.
This kid gets better and better.
I'm back.
Well, well, our very own punching bag. Any broken bones?
Wounded pride, that's all.
Good to hear. All right, head over to the briefing area. We'll resume in a moment.
All right.
All right. Finally ready to get the show on the road. Kind of a shame that Rose won't be here to see it. The show must go on.
Let's let those guys go and make the ram a bit less secure. Sorry for being late. Yeah, this place has a shitload of all kinds of hazards to happen.
Did you somehow lose your weapon? Right over there.
Oh,
Stay in cover, let me through.
Understood.
Now what is that doing there?
ah, that's interesting. Never seen that kind of little interaction before. One target out, 3 remaining. Although I'd say that taking them out discreetly is quite much more difficult. Yeah, now he's coming back. And there's also a chance for you to actually take out 2 of these 3 targets at the same time with 1 accident.
All right, people. Let's get to it. Burgess is back. We're finally ready
Actually,
to make this
Burgess is
happen.
beaten to a
I
pulp.
expect you all to know this by heart.
But in case amnesia has set in, here's the sequence. Advance to the car with haste. Eliminate the passengers. Retrieve the briefcase. Extract. Got that? And remember, speed and accuracy is the name of the game. All right. Now go pick up your weapons and get in position. Move out.
We're going! On my command! Go! You could get hurt, sir. Put that weapon away.
Oh,
We're not going to Mexico to chat to the neighbors.
yeah, they've been practicing a lot of that thing. But now I can take my gun out. Yeah, it's in a sense nice in fiction that they show that even terrorists have some sort of training routines and discipline.
Set. Execute.
Oh, damn.
And extract.
Break it. Take the documents. And about 20 seconds. Well, I'll be here, ma'am.
Team's overall performance was passable. Good speed and accuracy, but coordination needs to improve.
Oops, I have a bad coordination.
Parvati won't know what hit her.
Yeah, she did not.
Maya Parvati is down. Good work.
Yeah,
Good to
quite
see you.
messy, but effective. And I already caused at least one unintended accident. So actually, it was not unintended. I just made a gas leak, and it led to a massive explosion. But the rest, well, actually, 2 targets are right in there and there, which I actually am gonna, because in quite many of these missions, it's something like this, that once you get to the, you could say, the top rank disguise, however you wanna call it, you then are very able to just run around the place practically as much as you want, and that makes it quite, you could say, handy, because, well, usually you do need to go to quite difficult, complex places. So, but and in that room there's a couple of guards, and one of them happens to be a very no 47 is not supposed to be there, so I guess it's time to do some bit of harassment to get him out of that room. And are they having a chat of something? Well, at least it's not interesting to know.
Someone we had to pacify. Would you shoot him in the legs, or maybe go for the shoulder? See, I'd go for the soft parts of his thigh, or maybe try to graze him just on the neck. You know, a nice like flesh wound. I think that'd stop him. Are you serious?
Lying around over there. Wait here. You hear gunshots, run like crazy.
Oh damn, somebody already found my
Now
weapon.
you're just being a smartass. You always do this. I think you're just insecure, and you always go for the easy way out when you can't understand
We
stuff.
have an owner for this weapon. Freaking out. Okay, I'm sorry.
And that's Berg.
That is Ezra Berg, former Mossad interrogator. His services are in demand at the moment.
Only the best men. You know.
So I guess I can't do it because Berg just came up there. Can't do it with the nice way because he is also there, and if he notices 47 making a racket, things will get quite loud and unpleasant quite quickly. Yeah.
Again, I also checked that. Listen, I appreciate your interest in my work.
Not a problem.
Well, rigging that, opening a gas valve in this room where Berg is right now is quite handy method of getting rid of him. But it's not the only way. There's also much more direct methods.
I got tons of respect for you guys.
Speaking of direct methods, let's just go pay a visit to the indoors and see what's here, because there's need for a couple of things to do in this place before the mission actually can be ended. That is to say, there's a need for the specific items or specific item in here, the 3D printed mask. Yeah, this place actually would have quite a lot of methods to cause devastation and destruction. But it's not actually the...
Graves is down. Excellent work, 47.
That was more of a, you could say, an attack of opportunity instead of planned attack. But you make use of what you get, how you get, and they didn't notice me, so all is fine. And this is Ezra is the office. But there's no need to tamper with his desk because he's already quite dead, and because tampering with his desk would have made his OCD to flare up quite nicely, which would have then given opportunities for other kind of mayhem. But Berg is there, coming to the house as well.
Who are you?
Damn, that was unwanted.
I don't even care.
There are some folks around here who are real upset about 47's recent actions. Just run past me. Oh, don't run past me, I just... Now I have the face. So now I need to aim to head to the base cellar. Mostly because now I intend to do things the crude way instead of the fine way. Or actually...
We only hide from the feds.
Okay, sorry. Soon there might be a kaboom. Yeah, sure, whatever. Doctor.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he's taking a smoke break. Oops, damn it.
That's all targets taken care of, 47. Now gain access to the tornado shelter.
Command, looks like the garden is all clear. Over.
Oh, looks like a massive explosion. Well, got no time or bother to search for the key, even though I could find it. Could, if I remember right, it's in the Berg's laboratory shed. But now I'm not gonna go and search for that. I'm just gonna burglarize right through the storm doors. Oh, I don't know what's the official name for them.
Situation is contained for now. Stand by.
Oh yeah, it's quite contained. But I don't like that guard standing over there. Walk away from it. Alright, got inside.
The plot thickens.
Someone left in a hurry.
Sean Rose was not the Shadow Client. That much is clear.
Yeah, he's
Whoever
the bad
commands
guy.
the militia, they got out just in time. Look around, 47. We're getting closer.
Yeah.
Someone's done their homework.
Look how far it dates back. Hayamoto, Beldingford, Delvade. The Shadow Client has been tracking you for decades.
Now, how is that possible?
It isn't. Every one of those missions were branded as unsolved or accidents. He must have been looking for a pattern, a certain MO, which would mean...
He knows me.
Well, at least this shortens the list.
Damn. And the fact that I was being so observed when I went to get this made it left a little graphical glitch going on.
Power plants. From all sectors.
Familiar faces too. Thomas Cross, Klaus Strandberg, Ether, and that's missing banker Eugene Cobb. Oh well.
There's a name. Providence.
What? No. No, it can't be.
The hidden hand. Thought they were a man.
A hypothesis, nothing more. The idea that a small cabal of kingmakers, controlling enough corporate and political leaders, could effectively run the world in secret.
Maybe not so hypothetical.
Keep looking, 47. We need full disclosure.
Well, when it's a matter of that kind of organizations, in history it seems to be that, yeah, they have been something and they all have had high hopes about being super powerful and have not been. Oh, but that's big plot.
Providence has infiltrated ICA, and Eric Sodas is their operative. Bastard! It all fits. He was the one who persuaded the rest of the ICA board to greenlight this operation. This changes everything.
But he must have not thought about...
We got what we came for.
What about the Shadow Client?
He is no longer our primary concern. ICA has been compromised. I always wondered if Providence was real, but it never actually... I will need to confer with the board, but mark my words, 47. This will have consequences.
Yep, there was plot. A secret super organizations infiltrate each other with all kinds of turncoats and secret organizations. Nothing new, but also nothing really important either. Because hey, it's all the secret espionage thing.